Today we look at the Magic career of Jeff Turner. Turner was the 17th pick in the 1984 NBA draft by the New Jersey Nets. After a promising rookie season, the following 2 seasons Turner struggled to find playing time behind Buck Williams. Turner then played 2 seasons in Italy before signing as a free agent with the Magic prior to their inaugural season. Initially signed as a backup big behind Terry Catledge, when Dave Corzine went down injured in the Magic's 3rd game of the first season, Turner was shuffled into a backup centre role. While coach Matt Guokas enjoyed his ability to spread the floor, the 6'9" Turner was often overmatched defensively, and by January, Sidney Green was starting to get Turner's centre minutes. After weeks of getting inconsistent playing time at both centre and power forward, Turner's frustration boiled over, saying, "I'm so sick and tired of sitting over there and watching us fall behind by 25 or 30 points. If there's a problem, make a change." In mid-March, Jerry Reynolds was shuffled to the bench and Turner was finally given a chance to start alongside Catledge, and he put together some solid outings. He recorded double-doubles in games against the Bulls and Celtics and scored in double figures in 4 of the final 6 games of the season. In April, he played over 30 minutes a game, averaging 8.9 points and 6.5 rebounds. During pre-season for the 1990-91 season, Turner outplayed Catledge and was moved into the starting lineup for the start of the season. Catledge played hard in the first 2 games, however, and as the Magic lost them, Turner was moved back to the bench. Turner barely played in December, but in January he worked his way into the rotation. When Catledge set out with a thumb injury, Turner started and had 5 straight games scoring in double figures, 4 of which the Magic won. By late February, Turner was entrenched in the starting lineup and the Magic were clicking. He averaged 10.4 points a game in March and 13.3 points in April as the Magic finished on a 21-19 run. Turner went for a career-high 28 points against the Warriors in February and finished the season scoring in double figures in the final 8 games, including 21 points in the final game of the season against the Nets, his former team. For the season, the Magic were 21-22 when Turner started, versus just 7-21 when he came off the bench. For the 1991-92 season, Catledge was back in the starting lineup and Turner re-signed with the Magic, starting the season playing as Catledge's backup. With Turner shooting 50% from the floor and the Magic going through a stretch where they lost 7 of 9 games, Turner was given a chance to start in late November. In his first 4 starts, he shot over 60% from the field and recorded double-figure scoring games, including a 21-point game against Phoenix. But as the calendar turned to December and then into January, the Magic went on a 17-game losing streak, where Turner was in and out of the starting lineup as Guokas toyed with the lineups to try and break the streak. When the Magic finally won again in January, Guokas settled on Turner as the starting power forward for most of the next 2 months, as he averaged over 25 minutes a game and close to 9 points. His best game in the stretch was a 17-point, 7-rebound effort against Dallas as the Magic won by 18 points. As the season moved into March, Turner began to suffer a shooting slump. During a 6-game stretch, he shot just 28% from the floor and he lost his starting spot. Turner's minutes were cut to around 13 per game for the rest of the season and he missed games with back spasms. Turner began the 92-93 season as the starting power forward, as his outside shooting range was thought to work well to stretch the floor and give rookie centre Shaquille O'Neal room to go to work down low. Turner put together some nice games, including a 23-point, 7-rebound effort against Indiana in November as he played over 30 minutes per game. O'Neal's presence was big for Turner's game, leading the league in field goal percentage through the first 2 months of the season as Shaq demanded so much defensive attention. When Terry Catledge missed time with injury, Tom Talbot was added, and in mid-December, Talbot was given a chance to start in front of Turner. Despite the change, Turner responded with 22 points on 9 of 13 shooting, but he was used as a spark off the bench for most of the season from there. Turner's minutes were cut as a reserve, and his hot early shooting started to cool, but he still had some nice outings, with 17 points and 9 rebounds against Denver in February, and in March he scored 16 points in just 5.5 minutes on the way to a 22-point night against the Timberwolves. After missing the playoffs on a tiebreaker, the Magic added Anthony Hardaway for the 1993-94 season. At the power forward position, the Magic first added Anthony Cook via trade and Larry Krystkowiak as a free agent before waiving Terry Catledge, who retired. Tom Talbot left in free agency, and it was Krystkowiak that was the starting power forward on opening night, with Turner his backup. Krystkowiak started the first 7 games of the season, but after a foot injury, Turner stepped back into the starting lineup, and he held that spot until February, playing around 20 minutes per game. Turner had a 16-point outing against Boston in December, and 17 points and 9 rebounds against Minnesota in January. In mid-January, third-string power forward Anthony Cook was traded for Anthony Avent, who by February was given the chance to start over Turner. In March, Turner barely played, as Avent was given his chance to lock down the spot, but by late March, Turner was back starting and responded with double-double in his first opportunity and started the next 13 games, playing 31 minutes a game, putting up 4 double-doubles in the stretch, including a 22-point, 10-rebound game against Milwaukee. The strong run to the playoffs didn't have a happy ending for Turner. In the midst of a 15-point night against the Bulls with just 4 games left in the season, he got knocked down and hit the floor hard, tearing his ACL. The season-ending injury meant Turner missed the Orlando Magic's first playoff series, and the loss of his production at the power forward position was a contributing factor to the Magic being swept out of the first round by the Indiana Pacers. After the playoff loss, power forward was identified as a position of need for the Magic, who went out and signed Chicago Bulls All-Star Horace Grant through free agency. Larry Krystkowiak left the Magic and ironically signed with the Bulls, leaving Turner to battle Avent for the backup power forward spot behind Grant. Turner was still not fully recovered from his knee reconstruction, and so Avent won that battle early on. During the first 3 months of the season, Turner played sparingly as the third-string power forward. Not until an injury to Horace Grant at the end of January did Turner get much opportunity, and when Avent had an ingrown toenail removed, it suddenly thrust Turner into the starting spot, where he responded with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Turner's playing time was inconsistent from there. In certain matchups, he would get minutes, while in other games, he only got on the floor if Grant got into foul trouble. The minutes were sporadic, but it was still more than early in the season, with Turner averaging around 15 minutes a game in February to April, and he scored in double figures 4 times, all in 21 minutes or less. The Magic were having their best season, finishing 57-25, and they began to march through the Eastern Conference playoffs, this time with Turner playing. In the first round against Boston, Turner averaged 10 minutes per game. His best game was the series opener, where he scored 11 points. In the second round against the Bulls, Turner only played in 3 games, averaging 6 minutes a game, and he only scored 2 total points. Against the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, Turner played in all 7 games, averaging 11 minutes a game, and he put up 10 points and 7 rebounds in Game 3. In the NBA Finals, Turner played in all 4 games as the Magic were swept by the Houston Rockets, but he only scored 6 points total in the 4 games. For the 1995-96 season, the Magic drafted power forward David Vaughn before trading away Anthony Avent. Turner played in 4 games in November before needing further surgery on his troublesome left knee. With Turner out, Joe Wolf signed with the Magic as a free agent, and he was effective as Grant's backup, meaning once Turner returned in January, he had to battle rookie Vaughn for third-string minutes. It would be Turner's final season for the Magic and in the NBA. He played in a further 9 games, with his best outing coming in 23 minutes against San Antonio, where he went 4 from 5 from downtown, putting up 16 points and 6 rebounds. But he needed to undergo further knee surgery shortly after to repair torn cartilage. The injury ended up being career-ending, and though Turner had little remaining value as a player, he had an expiring contract, which the Magic dealt in an unpopular trade deadline move to the Vancouver Grizzlies. Turner never played for them, being waived soon afterward and retiring. He returned to Orlando, doing colour commentary for 9 years as part of the Orlando Magic radio broadcast. In 2011, Turner became a studio analyst before in 2013 moving into his current role as the TV colour commentator for the Magic. In Turner's 411-game Magic career, he averaged 6.5 points and 3.6 rebounds per game. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Magic career of Jeff Turner. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and check back soon for our next episode, a look at the Magic career of Nick Anderson.